What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back for another review of 11 Marriage Huntsville. This is Season 9, Episode 2, and let's get right into the review. So we start this episode off with Stormy. She's still trying to figure out where Mel stands when it comes to the millimeters, right? Now, I will say this. When Stormy brought up the fact that she got arrested and Mel had no words, I was kind of shocked because I'm like, I feel like Mel would have had some understanding as to where Stormy was coming from, especially with her getting arrested. But when I think about it, the way Stormy said, and guess what I got arrested for? Harassing communications. I feel like that was kind of like a dig towards Melody because that's what Martell had got arrested for. So I feel like when she said that, that's when Mel was like, oh, so you trying to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take Stormy's situation into account, as in this woman showed up, acted a fool, and Stormy was the one who got arrested, because she was yelling as well, then it makes it seem like Mel and Martell's situation is downplayed because harassing communications, it could be that the other person started it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Mel probably felt a way about that. Now, I personally feel like this whole situation could have been handled differently. I think that Mel would have given a different response had Stormy come to her when the event actually happened. When that lady showed up, I feel like there should have been a moment where Stormy reached out to Mel and be like, hey, let me just tell you the situation. There's a woman who showed up to my business, and I did not appreciate it. This woman said that she was a millimeter. I just feel like if she would have come to her one-on-one, the response could have been different. Melody, in her confessional, she did say that you have to do something to get arrested. Well, that's not always the case, Mel. But I gotta remember, Melody's on a TV show and she don't like these girls. Moving on from that, Tisha, she decides to get mess started and she puts Trisha on Front Street, okay? She puts her on blast. It's like, Trisha, you have anything to say? And here goes Trisha, talking in circles about the whole her and Martell situation. Now, for me, I'm like, Stormy, you should be giving your homegirl a side eye because how is it that you, being her friend, was like just asking, like, hey, did anything happen between you and Martell? She straight up lied to your face. Lied to your face. And I feel like she's lying at this table. Like, girl, was it when he was still with Mel? Is that why you don't want to say anything and you're on her trip? Or was it when you were still with Ken and now you're still currently with Ken? Like, were you cheating on Ken? You know what? Doesn't really matter. Either way, Trisha, you are not a good addition on this show because your life seems to be all over the place. Okay? And none of it makes sense. But let's go ahead and move on. Because in the morning, Stormy and Trisha, they are leaving together. I said, Stormy, why are you leaving with her? This girl straight up lied to your face. Why leave with her? So Stormy says her reasoning for leaving, though, is because her son has his first t-ball game, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to make it to his t-ball game. Okay, cool. However, Trish, you're a follower. Because how is it that you gonna sit up here and tell the girls, oh yeah, I'm leaving as well because of my daughter. She has a recital today and I'm going to miss it. She literally said she's going to miss it. Well, girl, why are you going home? I'm not understanding why you're going home if you already know that you're going to miss her recital. Like, make it make sense. I guess, child. So, moving on from that, we see Mel. She goes out to the pool with Kimmy and Tisha. I said, okay, cool. We got the original three. And they just talk about how the trip is going. So, they bring up Destiny being there on the trip. And Mel says that she was uncomfortable because Destiny decided to sit next to her at the dinner table. And I completely understand why she felt that way. Destiny, you're doing too much. You're too thirsty at this point. So, after that, Mel, she talks about, the Stormy situation. She feels like Stormy is delusional. And you can clearly tell that Mel is not here for Stormy at all. Which sucks because I honestly feel like those two have very similar personalities. And Mel and Stormy, when they were good friends, they were good. And I wish that they could come back and be friends. So at this point, Mel knows that Stormy and Trisha, they left, and she basically feels some type of way because they left and they did not say goodbye to her. And I get it, because at the end of the day, if I'm the host of the trip, you could at least say, hey girl, we're actually going to head out a little early because we have some things that we want to do with our kids. Just common courtesy. I get it. Now this leads to a conversation though about Trish and Martell. And basically Mel, she don't feel no type of way about it. She know who Martell is at this point. And when it comes to Trish, well, Trish is giving liar, okay? Trish has been lying about everything at this point. And I don't even understand how anybody can really rock with her, because her whole life sounds a mess. One minute she married, but then she dating somebody, but then also she's engaged, but then they're not really together. Like, it's just too much going on over there. I need for Trish to figure that out. And when I think of the whole situation with Trish and Martell, do I think something happened? I kind of do, because the way that she was moving and shaking, I just feel like something went down and she just don't want to admit it on TV. Alright, so next thing you know, the ladies go on a catamaran ride. And I mean, it looks really nice or whatever. And Mel, she talks to a few of the ladies about how the other girls left early. And it just seems like there's no coming back between her and Stormy. Which sucks, like I said. But they just not in a good place. So we see Shanita, and she talking about how she don't feel like Trish is telling the truth at all, okay? She feels like Trish makes a lot of excuses, and she not lying. Like, Trisha makes a bunch of excuses, and like I said, her storyline is all over the place. So at one point, Destiny and the rest, I think it was Destiny, Letitia, and what's her name, Kimmy, they join the rest of the ladies, and Nell ends up asking, what's her name, Destiny, what's going on with her and Lucky. And I'm like, who the hell is Lucky? Y'all, Lucky is her son. I said, what is it with Destiny and cast members' children? Because there was a whole thing about her and Kimmy's son Jalen. Like, okay, I guess Lance is more age appropriate for you, sure. So then Nell, she ends up asking Sonny, like, oh, do you have any kids? And of course, Destiny feels some type of way. And it's just like, listen, I get it. You don't like Sonny. But at the end of the day, she is on this trip. The girls are still trying to get to know her. So why are you taking it to heart if somebody asks that girl a question? Like, Destiny, get over yourself. Now, later on, we see the guys meet up, right? And Moses, he talks about how him and Sonny are still trying to figure out if they want to move to Huntsville. No, you're not. You're waiting to see if you guys are going to officially become cast members and y'all get a season 2. Let's be honest here. So then the guys talk about all the things that they heard that the ladies were going through on the trip. And for me, I feel like this is where things got weird, because they brought up Trish and Martell. When I tell you nothing was making sense, because what Trish says versus what Martell says is two different things. She swears that she went over to his house to train him. He said, ain't no woman training me. So which one is it? So at that point, we see Marceau. He talking about how, he talked to Trish's husband and how he left the kids and all of this stuff. And I'm like, why are we talking about this right now? That man is not here to defend the conversation or what he had to say. Why are you bringing this up, especially to Ken? That's giving weird. But nonetheless, I just feel like I'm giving Ken the side eye, because that man said that, he's been with a married woman before. And I'm just like, dude, so this is your thing. You go after dating women who are married. I don't even feel bad for you. If Trish cheated on you and Martell, I don't feel bad. I don't know, y'all. Like, when I think of Trish and Ken, I just don't like them on the show. I feel like they bring absolutely nothing. And Ken is just as weird as Trisha, if I want to be honest. That was pretty much the end of the episode for me. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode, because it really wasn't given like the previous episode was. But we gonna see what happens next week. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.